Hello, how's everybody doing? I hope everyone are doing awesome and great, um, and having a wonderful day. Like I am so super happy today. I graciously would like to thank each and every one of you for accepting this platform and supporting the mission with your care, kindness, likes, productive contributions, engagement, and sending stars whenever necessary. I truly want to thank each and every one of you, all those who has, been following Adwoa Odo page. We have hit the 18,000 mark right now. Let's push it. Let's get to 50. All right. I appreciate each and every one of you. So today we're going to be talking about belittlement and its effects. A lot of times people don't realize, some of the things that they say to their loved ones, friends, um, people overall on social media, everything. But we're going to kind of like stay within, actually, I will go all around. So please engage, be part of the conversation discussion. If you would like to come on and also share your view, you are more than welcome to do so. Everybody is welcome here. And the only thing that we do not condone on this platform is insult and disrespect. Everyone has the right to express themselves, to share their opinion. We can agree to disagree because wisdom is not in one person's head. So it's, you're going to have to live to coexist. And we also need to keep in mind that we do have people who are closed mindset. And most of us already know who they are. When someone, you have a partner, a friend, people on social media, and overall people who have closed mindset, they always, trying to convince you to agree with what they believe in, what their opinions are, but they do not have respect for your opinion. They always trying to kind of like shut you down and make you seem like you are unimportant and you don't have the power to speak. We all have that ability. So if someone says something that robs you the wrong way, you can certainly share your feelings and opinion about whatever is being discussed, but you most certainly cannot disrespect other people because you feel certain way. So I want to thank you guys again because I could not have done it without your um, abundant support. All the friends, family members who has been sending me stars, families and friends who's like um, helping with the um, StreamYard paying for it on a yearly basis. I want to truly thank you guys because you guys do not know. I truly love each and every one of you. And again, thank you. Thank you for your support. So let's get into, um, belittlement, right? I'm going to start with, definition. The definition of belittle can be easily submitted from the two words that is made, be and little, right? And you know, it's the same way that is pronounced that you break it in two. And belittling is a language behavior that literally makes someone feel small, unimportant, inferior, and minimize the person. So a lot of women find themselves in such instances with either their partner who are narcissists, control freaks, abusive, and so forth. Some women, don't get me wrong, because we do also have some women who also belittle their male partners, but it's mostly, the abundance of belittlement is mostly towards females, right? And vulnerable people who are insecure. And the really ironic thing is that most partners who belittles their partners are very insecure, and they normally reflect the type of person that they are onto their partner. So they become the aggressive or the dominate person, and they make their partner the victim. So if you are someone who always um, not inclined to, like, speak up, or defend yourself, or kind of like put a stop to that, as time goes on, the verbal abusive will uh, kind of like escalate into emotional abuse, into mental slash psychological abuse, and then you will go into financial abuse, physical abuse that can be either sexual or just being um, flogged for no reason. You'll be walking on an eggshell. Welcome, everybody. You'll be walking on an eggshell, like, and be fearful of your own partner, someone who is meant to protect you. You're going to be afraid of that person. But then you're going to also have manipulation comes in, because the same person who is belittling you ends up being your savior, because they will make sure that, like, people around you that love you, they're going to isolate them from you. So the only person that you can depend on is the person that hurts you the most, which is the one who is belittling you, everything that you do. Sister Aisha Nie with the X Factor. Welcome, my dear, and very knowledgeable. Good evening to you as well, Sister Aisha. Thank you so much for tuning in. So, like, I haven't been save it. Let me, I haven't shared it. Let me share it to groups, and then we will continue. So it's like, some people may ask, um, is belittling a form of abuse? Most definitely, because any type of abuse does not just start as physical, sexual, financial, and so forth. It starts with words, right? Before one can control you or demean you, they're going to start breaking you. And when they are able to penetrate through your head, emotionally and psychologically, um, they have broken you. So it's like you start believing everything that they're saying to you that they are true, which is not. I mean, a lot of you have a lot of women, mothers, wives, girlfriends, aunties, mothers, grandmothers, like they going through so much, and most of them will keep things inside, and just to, like, try to pretend that it's not happening. And you can't pretend that something is not happening. It's not illusion, it's realistic, something that is happening to you. If you do not get counseling or talk to someone that you truly trust, right, who will not bring your business out there, because we tend to have frenemies. You one day you friends, the next day you enemies. So then that person, whatever secrets and feelings that you have, sensitive secret things that you have shared with them, they will put it on social media, because a lot of people, they do things to intentionally hurt you. And when it comes to belittling someone, is the person intentionally hurting you. They want to say things and do things that will hurt you. They doing it purposely. Just so you know that it's not by accident. It's not because they're upset, no, they know exactly what they're doing. So do not be receptive to that. You need to like put a stop to it quick as to whether or not you are a dependent woman or you are independent, because trust me, it does happen with career independent women also. In every situation cases, you're going to have every single person on each level, vulnerable women, strong women, independent. It don't matter, because if you are not mentally strong, you're going to fall a victim. So we need to educate ourselves, talk with one another, share things. It's very hard for us, people in general, to talk about things that they're struggling with, things that they having difficult time, hard time with, challenges that they're going through, struggles, difficulties. It's really hard to talk about it, to put it in words. Sometimes, some people may also have difficulties really truly expressing themselves when there is a language barrier. Because, if you have people who cannot speak English, and the place that they get in support, or people that they're friends with do not understand their language, they are not expressive enough. And at times also we have to keep in mind that the wording that we use can be misinterpreted. So that also tends to hold some people back from really truly talking out their feelings. No one can tell us what how we can express our feelings, as to whether or not, when and where to do that. Whenever that you feel that you have the need to, like, truly express yourself, you need to be able to do that. But you also need to learn boundaries and restraint, because there are some things better left unsaid, because some people are very sensitive and they might um, uh, misunderstanding what you're trying to say. Even, programs doing programs um, can also even put you into situation, because at times, you may have someone, your supporter, making contributing, making comments, and another viewer will feel offended about that, and then will report them based on what they said without having better understanding. So uh, having time to dialogue with one another, asking questions, and having better understanding is very helpful, because when we practice on things we don't know, we learn. And then once we learn and we have understanding, we practice on that, and that is going to help us improve in areas that we're not doing so very well. All right. So, Sister Aisha Ankra says, to make open bracket a person or a thing, close bracket, seems small or unimportant, belittle. That's right. Thank you for the definition, Sister Aisha Namisha. To put issues on social media is not acceptable. Most definitely. A lot of times, some people, you see, this is one of the areas that a lot of, like, victims, and people who have been belittled or gone through some traumatic events, sometimes they don't have anyone to talk to. They don't trust a lot of people, but then when they come on the spotlight, they feel like, okay, let me just go and put everything out there, because I have reached the point of no return, so I'm just going to put it out there anyway. And they know that there's going to be a lot of backlash. Some people going to be mocking them, other people going to assume, some people going to be misunderstood, and then they get victimized again. That's not a way to heal, right? If there are things going on in your life that you don't have anyone to talk to, there are, especially in abroad, all over there are resources, counselors, professionals that you can talk to, that that patient client confidentiality protects you, so it's not going to come out. I have, there is a friend that I have on social media, and one time he sent me a voice note, and we have spoken a couple times on the phone, and he was like, just like Gordo, there is no way in hell that even if I have I'm going through some issues, that I will talk to a Ghanaian person, professional or not, because like his experiences and the struggles, the challenges that he has gone through, he even feel like even going to Ghanaian professional, some of them still have okroma, right? At some point they're going to go about and discuss about what has been told to them, and that's really sad and concerning, right? And I was like, by you talking to me, and he was like, yeah, you make it easier, and my intent was not to even come and talk to you about it. And he was like, there are some things that I don't mind you using it as an example to also educate us, but there are some personal stuff that one should never put out there if you do not have consent. Even if you have consent, and as a patient or a client, and doctor situations, even some things that they may say is okay to share, you need to like really educate them for them to have better understanding that is not good for them to put it out there. So Sister Aisha, thank you. You are very that is like, right. You put the nail in the coffin. It's really not acceptable. Hello, our Altabako sister Yafoda Atobra. How are you doing? I've been talking so much. I haven't even shared the program. Where can I have some? Welcome everybody, and do follow my page, and encourage other people to follow my page and share the program. Contribute, because it does help, and it makes it easier for us to have productive and constructive discussion. Sister yeah, for that, Brad said, hello, sister. Congrats again. Awesome. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I truly appreciate it. I am so dumbfounded. I didn't know, like, it's incredible. Sometimes, people, like, they don't show themselves, but, they're supportive. So God bless you guys. If you don't believe in God, nah, thank you. I appreciate you. Oh, this is Aisha said we need to educate ourselves. Bam, 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 bam. That is the key. I mean, like, education, we can educate ourselves, through social media or going to school. Going to school is the formal, on social media, TikTok, other platforms is informal. And you can also educate yourself. I know someone personally, like, he was in his 40s and he did not know how to read. He taught himself how to read by, getting, like the alphabet and the pronunciations of, words, how you break up words with the vowels and the consonant. So he was able to teach himself how to read. Before, he would listen to audios and everything, but now, like, he'll be reading, and I'll be like, God damn, it seems like your reading is even far better than I am. And he is determined, he was committed, but a lot of times, some of us, we are unwilling to learn something new. It's scary, right, to learn new things. And because once you learn new things, what do you do with it then? How can you make it effective? Sometimes people, they don't know. Some people are knowledgeable, but they truly do not know how to implement it effectively, and everything that they try to do, things does not seem to work or go well for them, so they will just give up. Never give up in life, no matter what your circumstances is, because life is part, life comes with challenges, struggles, difficulties. So you can't say, okay, Sister Aisha, it doesn't seem like Sister Aisha is struggling. She has her own things that she needs to work on it, and as a mother, to support your children, support your partner, and some family members and other people. It's not easy. It's a job, but then, I can't just go and think or assume that her life is much easier and better. She's working hard for everything that she has earned, everything that she's enjoying, and so forth. So we just need to be mindful. We have to have self-awareness, how to self-regulate ourselves. I knew that I have anger management problem once I got into my marriage. Prior to getting into my marriage, I have anger management problem. My dad warned my husband. My husband had anger management problem, but I did not realize the extent of it. And as I kept holding on to things from the past, it made it worse. It escalates. It grows. It gets to a point that it affects your communication. It affects everything that you are. So it took me, I had to work on myself. And if I wasn't able to work on myself and implement other coping skills, I wouldn't be sitting here talking to you guys, being calm majority of the time. I get upset now and then, but I have better ways of dealing with my emotions, talking about how I'm feeling. The marvelous, knowledgeable, strong-willed, beautiful boss lady. Hashtag Dadaba Rasta. Radio Muya Santua. Boss lady one. No size. Mimowakaba. Mr. Verinda Jarimi Huacho. Welcome, welcome. God bless you all. Thank you. Thank you. Boss lady said, hello, beautiful family. Hello to you as well. The gorgeous boss lady. So good evening, Dr. Love. Hey, boss lady. How are you and the family? By the grace of God, the family and myself, we are so blessed and doing quite well. Thank you so very much. How about you and your family? Sister Belinda Jaris, our knowledgeable sister, also say hello, everybody, and good evening to my dear, beautiful sister, Adwoa. Good evening, and hello to you as well. Welcome each and every one of you. Sister Aisha says, everyone has their bad time at some point in life. Bum. We feel defeated and down by all the obstacles that interfere with our comfortable life. Sometimes things don't go well the way we want. Sometimes we see betrayal. In any case, we shouldn't stop. We have to stay strong and never give up. Bam, 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 and amen to that. I kid you not. Like at times I will play some music. I love music. Music is a good sensory for the mind, body, and soul. And don't allow anyone to tell you any differently. You at times you can play a certain song. That song, the lyrics and everything in there will keep you so calm. Other times it will add on to the love that you have. Your love will grow. Other times it makes you anxious, right? And then other times you feel sad. It's not you start tearing up. It's not sadness, it's tears of joy. And other times you may be really sad because sometimes you lose people. you lose loved ones. Sometimes you feel alone, right? You don't have anybody. We do have some women and some men, they are in relationships and they are in marriages, they living in their family home, and they are so alone. They feel alone. They don't get any support from anybody. They have been, labeled in certain way. Like when it comes to, for instance, when it comes to mental illness, when you come abroad, right? Mental illness, we know that there are different type of it. We have different symptoms, diagnosis, and everybody react to it differently. At times, the medication that will be prescribed for you may not work, and you have to constantly going through medication changes. All that affects you in some way, because there are advantages and disadvantages of taking different type of medication. You have certain medication, I can't name names, because of course that's not right. That can reduce, uh, and man, it's not funny. I just thought of something, but it just happened to me with what I'm about to say. I'm not mocking anyone. There are some men who may not be able to perform sexually because of the medication they've been put on, right? But if they cannot arouse, are there other ways that, their partner can go about to help them be able to release themselves and also enjoy? Yes. Are they willing to do that? Some partners are, other partners are not. That itself is a stressor, right? So when you have someone going through something, sometimes you have people come on social media, they provoke, they mock other people, they insult, they disrespect, because what they're going through, they don't know how to effectively communicate, how to have a constructive communication, how to agree to disagree. Because it's not everything that I'm going to say here that Sister Aisha, Boss Lady, all of you will agree with me. But there's going to be some things, that most of you are going to agree with me, right? And your comments and contribution also, I will agree with that, and some of them I may not agree with that. But that doesn't necessarily mean that what you're saying is wrong. We understand things from different perspectives, and we need to be able to be respectful to other people's opinion, because we can't tell other people, well, mine is better than yours. How do you know yours supersede mine? Because what I said may connect with two people, whereas yours may connect with one person. So who are we to kind of measure, right? But there are some people also, when they realize that you are smarter than them, you have critical thinking, you have emotional intelligence, you have better understanding. They might be envious of you, they might be jealous of you, they might be insecure, they might not value themselves. And then when they hear you talking about self-love, everything, that annoys them. It's like their pet peeves. Something positive is their pet peeves because they're negative, right? That's why, we always need to filter with the type of friends and people that we interact with, even on social media, because there are some people you observe someone, you study someone, and you see the person's character. A lot of times how people talk, how people express themselves, how people go about things, they put you down, sabotaging and doing things can definitely give you the person's, characteristic. And you need to be vigilant, and also do your very best to make the best judgment, because it's not everyone that you can always be nice to. So it's a whole lot all around. So, Sister Aisha, thank you very much. Sister Aisha, there is only one difference between a successful person and a loser. That is never giving up. Most definitely. People who put in a lot of effort, stay committed no matter what. If things are going downhill, sideways, up, like wherever, they don't panic. They are so committed, willing, learning, determined, and they learn things. They go back to the drawing board. A lot of people don't like to start over because they feel like starting over is a failure. No, starting over is not a failure. We are all designed in a different way. Sometimes, your success will be today, might be years from now. It could be as long as 10 years from now. But why give up? And people who give up, they tend to procrastinate on everything because they try one time and things did not go well. So they're just going to blame it on everyone. Like a lot of Ghanaians are struggling and going through hard time. Things, struggles, challenges, difficulties are seasonal. It's not permanent. But some of us, our decision making and the people that we look up to, the people we listen to, the people we follow, the people that we allow to encourage us, the people that takes our power away because we willingly give it to them, is going to prolong our challenges and struggles. That's why some people go through one struggle after another and after another, because you know what, they don't want to start over because they see starting over as a failure. But that's not true. It's not true. There might have been something that you may have missed. Sometimes some of us, like even when it comes to relationship, what happens? You do have some people, when they get out of one relationship, they jump into another one. It's not because, some of them, majority of them are not ready to go into another relationship, but because they are thinking about moving with the crowd, what others will think, instead of, making sure they're taking time to fully heal, health wise, for their well-being. They don't even think, they think that taking care of somebody else is going to keep them well. You harming your own self. Some people jump from one ship into another without knowing where the ship is sailing to, right? And then they got in the middle of the ocean. That's when they're going to ask, where is this ship going? You are lost. You wasted so much energy and time already jumping into a ship that you have no knowledge, no idea where you're going. Why couldn't you just take a simple second, breathe, take your time, assess things, figure out what works best for you, what does not work for you, what is going to be beneficial, what you need to delete, what is your weakness, which is your stronghold, what is your strength. Strength sometimes can also be your weakness if you do not take care, right? Slip and slope, because sometimes people may believe themselves too much. Believing yourself is great, it's an excellent, skills. However, you need to do it tactfully, right, and strategically, because if you make mistake, your own belief is going to bring you down, because it says you making decisions based on your emotions, right? So there are a lot of things that play part in some of the things that we go through. So our decision making and the people that we listen to, people that we can prolong, our struggles and challenges. Some people, it might become permanent because of the things that they did not do. People with closed mindsets tends to struggle more than people with open mindset. So, like, I keep some of the things in my mind, what I can do and what I cannot do. So I don't push myself. And I mean, like, we are all like, we need to take care of ourselves. And we were not born on this earth to impress anybody. Impress yourself. In everything that you do, you put yourself first. Self everything is not, it's selfish, right? But you're not hurting anybody. You're taking care of your well-being. So people needs to respect that. And once you acquire something, it will be more easier for you to transfer that onto others. The Bible says, "Love yourself as thy neighbor." So you don't love yourself, but you chasing love, and you're expecting the person to love you. How do you even know the person loves you and it's not an obsession that they have for you? Because you don't know what love is, right? So if you don't know what love is, how do you tell the difference? Because some people may be obsessed with you, and the things that they do say, "Oh, he loves me. He tells me the clothes that I need to wear to it makes me look good." Girl, he's a narcissist, control freak. That's what's happening. So we need to be mindful of all that. So let me see. Let me share this because I keep saying it and I haven't shared it. So I need to um copy. All right. Let me see. Copy and let me see. Okay, here we go. Uh, so when it comes to belittlement, it's a lot. A lot of people are experiencing it, going through that because you have family members, partners, relationship, partners in relationship or marriages, uh, and other people who will take full advantage of you. I mean, in our society, most people see one showing kindness as being stupid, but that's not true. It's far from the truth, right? If someone is nice and kind, that person have intelligence and all the sense that needs to. They just That's what they are, the type of person that they are. They care for people. They're not selfish. They're selfless. So we just need to be mindful of how we treat other people, because we all humans, we have feelings, and we cannot say, "Oh, you take care of me because you the woman, so me being the man, it's your job to take care of me." And whenever I display uh, despicable, disrespectful behavior and so forth, you need to forgive me, and you cannot express your feelings. You cannot feel anything. How are you allowed to tell me how I should feel and how your woman should feel, right? You don't want it to be done to you, but you want to do to someone that you claim that you love. Some people are really funny. I don't even know how they tend to live with themselves when they demanding things from you, but they cannot reflect that. Everything I'm asking, I'm demanding from K. I'm going to reflect that. Mhm. Because I cannot set high expectation for him and set low expectation for myself. Vice versa. We do it together. Mhm. We think together. We spend quality time. We give each other personal space, because personal space is really important. When you are in an abusive relationship, or you have a partner who belittles you, you need to learn to take time for yourself and kind of assess the situation. Because when someone is overbearing, they don't give you enough space to breathe. Sister Aisha Ankra says, "Never look down on yourself for being weak, because it makes room for you to grow stronger." Most definitely, a lot of people don't know that they have the power to do anything that they put their mind into it, with realistic goals, strategic planning. Just give yourself time, right? So we asked earlier, like, is belittling a form of abuse? And what abuse is that? It goes into, remember, in order to get to the emotional, mental slash psychological aspect, because verbal abuse slash emotional abuse, the things that your partner will tells you, the insults that they will throw at you, the name calling, labeling, all that sticks up here, right? So when it sticks up there, it affects you emotionally. So you start believing what your partner is saying. Everything that they said about you, as time goes on, it's like, implanting, it's like planting uh, a tree. At some point, right, as the days, months, years comes about, you watering it, it's not going to be easily pulled out, right? Sometimes you may need a chainsaw to cut it out. That's how it is, when things start. That's why it's always important to be vigilant and alert. So when situation starts, right, keep a diary, write in it. Your diary is going to help you get yourself together and be able to identify if you are in an abusive relationship, or like, there are some things, abnormal things that are happening in your relationships and marriages, or in your life in general. So when you have the emotional and the psychological abuse, it can take many forms, right? Including belittling, which can manifest as humiliating you, your partner, criticizing you, telling you hurtful things, including hurtful jokes, right? They know it's not funny, but they're going to say it anyway because you're going to be receptive to it. You're not going to say nothing back, right? Other people judging you, your own partner, the one person who says that they love you for who you are, they're going to, judge you also. And there are some people like they are double standards. When things are happening to you, you come out and say it, they're going to get on you and victimize you. But then when something happens to you or losing your life, the same people who judge you and criticize you are going to come back and say, she should have done that. That's foolish death. She shouldn't have died. You like when they were alive and come and express themselves, did you do something about it? Sometimes you have family members who will say, I wish I'm dead. I'll be better off dead. And some of us don't take it serious, right? We just be like, oh, you be fine. Last time, sometime last week, I did a program in the morning time about people normally don't ask you if you are happy. That's not a common question, right? We normally ask, how you doing? How you doing? It's a general question. Are you happy? It's a specific question. Because when you ask people if they are happy now, they will hesitate. Some of them will not be able to give you a direct response because they don't know. They cannot even tap into their feelings at the time. But when you ask how the person is doing, oh, I'm doing very well by the grace of God. Like it's easy because it's a common question that we ask ourselves all the time. So we have enough time to practice, right? That's reality. That's life. It's abnormal for someone to approach you and say and ask you, are you being belittled? That's weird. Nobody will ask you that. But it's going on in your marital home, in your relationship, family house, workplace, social media. Some of us see comments that other people are making. We fail to we fail to address it. We look the other way. And then when someone does address it, that person becomes the target because it's going against that person's character. Sister ya for that, right? Sister say, my knowledgeable sister, Mimawakava says, like Sister ya for that, right? And you guys need to go to Amazon and get her fourth book. Get all her books, in fact. But the fourth one is a guideline. It says own it, which is a guideline for accountability and responsibility. Some of women who are being abused, it starts somewhere to get somewhere. But some do not recognize, they don't see the signs because they left an abusive family home into an abusive relationship and marriages. So they will not be able to identify the signs. Some people do not even know how to assess themselves, identify their stronghold, which is their weakness, and their strength. And trust me, some of our weakness, we can build it to become our strength. And some weakness, we need to delete it because it's not going to help in any way. Sister Sage Williams said, greetings, Sister Adwoa Odo, and the beautiful people aboard. Greetings to you as well, sister. Sister Aisha Ankra said, how are you doing? I always respond, I'm managing. And that, like the fact that you saying you are managing, that is something that a lot of us don't say. Like sometimes you are managing because that word managing, she's telling you she's doing, she's like, it's not like everything is, like, what is the word that they use? Peaches and oranges, just the word managing. There are days that, we get up in the morning, like you are tired. You don't want to move from your bed. Some people, they don't have any time off and they feeling sick and they are anxious about paying their bills. Some people, they have children with disability. And not only do they have to worry about their well-being, they also have to make sure that they're providing the best services for their disabled child. And it's not easy at all. And then you have grown adult men who wants you to take care of them. How does one person do that? Some people demand things, request for things, talk about things without having better understanding what they actually asking you to do. You have some men, you have parents, some parents who do not raise their sons right, and they're expecting their sons' wives to take care of their sons, and they go as far as saying, take your husband as your first son. Who? How can my husband be my first son? Of course, I mean, like, I could be. I'm a woman. I could be his mother, but I'm not going to teach him as a toddler because he should know right from wrong. He should know the difference between responsibility, respect, commitment, maturity, all that stuff. Because you expecting me, the wife, the girlfriend, the mother, the sister, the auntie, to know all this. But you yourself, you don't want to take time to learn. Does it make sense to you? But for some people, it does make perfect sense. And Sister Aisha, that's like the best response ever. Some people will say, I'm fine, I'm well, I'm good. I always say I'm blessed because I feel blessed in all things. Even at my darkest moment, I feel blessed because I can breathe, I can see, I can hear, I can walk. I have my 10 fingers, I have hands, I have legs, so I feel blessed in so many ways. So a lot of times we need to be very considerate of other people's feelings. We need to be kind because you don't know what other people are going through. Some people come on social media because they're lonely. I kid you not. I started, doing programs because I wasn't doing that. Sister, my friend, Sister Cecilia Ohen, she was doing programs, Smart Choice, and she asked me, "You're welcome, Sister Aisha." She asked me one time because she called me one time and she was like, Sister Adwoa Odo, I'm doing program, and the program that I'm doing is, children whose family travels abroad and leave them behind for other family members, to take care of them. Excuse me, do you know anyone who have experienced that? And I was like, you talking to one? And she was like, really? And I was like, yeah. She was like, do you mind coming through to, like, talk about it? I was like, no, I don't mind. So I went, spoke to her. We did part 1 and part 2. And then after that, she asked me if I can co-host, her program. And I was like, why the hell not? At the time, I had a motor vehicle accident. So sitting home, not working, and, you have bills, so much happening, sitting home. And, it wasn't easy. So that's something to, like, kind of entertain myself and be more active. So I started doing that, and gradually, I started coming on my own. In the beginning, I come, I would play songs, I would dance around, jump around. As Aboni Kumasa, no dance will kill earth. So I just put in everything. Everything goes, right? Uh, but then it gets to a point. Sometimes some people, when you're doing that, they don't take you seriously. But that was part of my cardio, right? So it's like in the beginning, I was doing that, to stay active, to interact with other people, get to talk with other people because I like to talk personally. I don't talk about people, but I talk about things that will add on. So, that's how I started it. It wasn't even my intention to do that. But, I just, and then, I come to kind of like analyze a lot of things. Some people, the way that I think is different from many people. At the same time, other people think the same way that I think, because when you are knowledgeable, there are some things, and when you have an open mind, you are more willing to, like, you don't think of you as you know it all, because you are respectful to other people's opinion, and you also learn from other people, right? You can't come here and say, oh, maybe me cabro from me bro for that scene will be. I don't care about that. Sister Sage Williams said everything is Honky dolly. Just saying. It's true. Oh my goodness. But like when you have a partner, friends, people on social media bullying and saying things which may emotionally and psychologically affect you. Some people will humiliate you. Some people, as I said earlier, criticize you. Your own partner, someone who's supposed to protect you and love you, will do the same thing to you, right? Most times, what happens, when you belittle someone, it's not fun at all. And it's not a joke. It's not a joke. So people need to recognize that, there are some people, they get with their friends and they talk about their partners' mishap and they laugh with their friends about the person that you lay in bed with. It's not only that you humiliating your partner, because some of those people laughing with you would be thinking, if they are critical thinker and they have emotional intelligence, we say this person is so unintelligent, because they don't know that they also putting themselves down, right? You think you disrespecting your partner or you belittling your partner, but you also like putting yourself in the same category. But if you're speaking to the same group of people who belittles their family, they think that they the smartest people on earth, even though it's the opposite of what they think they are, right? And people, when it comes to emotional and psychological, the ones who are dominate with that, the very tactic, right? Often when partners are being belittled, it's the abusers who does that, right? Where they make their partners feel unimportant, small, and disrespected. You do have some people like, they come, oh, I want my wife to respect me, yet they don't have any respect for themselves and their wives. So how do you expect someone to respect you when you yourself do not have respect for yourself and your partner? And when it comes to belittlement, and it shouldn't be a shock or a surprise to anybody. Some women belittling other women, especially when it comes with the Ghanaian community, our society and community. Before, Emma Bebre belittles other Emma. Omu encourage mmarima no bi no a omu mu mmaa, omu label mmaa, omu humiliate mmaa no, they support those people, right? And those women are insecure. Women insecurity leads them to belittle other women. And the reason why they do that, because they're insecure, they reflect the type of person that they are on someone else, because that's how they are. So for a woman to call you a certain name, that's how they feel. Bullies bully other people. So what they are, no, they will deflect it on somebody else to make the person small. Even things that have nothing to do with them. And gossiping is part of a form of using it to belittle somebody else. And some females love gossiping. You use all that energy. You don't do something to better yourself. but you want to make someone look and feel unimportant. And many do that. Why is that? Some women, because they feel that society is not accepting them, so they need to do things to get attention. And normally they go through the negative aspects. So let me say something that will cause chaos, that will bring spotlight to myself, right? What are some of the when you belittle someone, what does it do to a person? Do we ask ourselves this? No. Why should we ask that? Because the person who is trying to belittle you, their intent is to hurt you intentionally, not by accident. They want to hurt you intentionally. So the things they're going to say to you, you're going to feel it. And when you felt it, you need to take time to process it. Don't just disregard it. Because if you pretend that they didn't say nothing to you, it didn't happen, you harming your own self. We need to be emotionally, psychologically sound. Peace of mind. Hey, you have to learn to have peace of mind. Don't allow somebody else to disturb your peace. Earlier, and I was saying something, I didn't finish it. Like when it comes to abroad and mental illness, right? We know say there are different type of that. You have bipolar, anxiety disorder, you have depression, and so many others, right? So they have mental illness. And then you have people who are mad. If you translate that into our language now, someone who is mad, you'll be our bodam. Someone who is mentally ill is obi our yare. There is a difference. Obi our yare, ni obi our bodam. They are two different things. But mental illness, any obi our bodam nyina, the tree kasem majority of us no, ye use bodam Emma Obia or Yare. That will buy abroad now. They differentiate based on the wording that they use. Enti no ye kuomu for no obi wo hono ma they will go through depression, obi wo hono ma or bipolar, obi wo hono ma or anxiety disorder and other mental illness. They feel restricted in sharing their stories, talking about things, getting the help that they need, because of stigmatism, being labeled. Even like if you are a family who has some family members who is mentally ill now, you for hey, you're going to get married to that madhouse. One person is sick, but it becomes a certain condition. The whole family will be put down. Abadamfo efie na wokɔware. Hey, wo deɛ wopɛ sɛ ɔwɔ abɔdamfo ma. How? Yɛmu bi no, we don't think before we talk. Sister, asɔ sika ɔbaa pa. Ɛma wakɔ aba. Bra na wo nso bɛkeka wo nimdeɛ ne bi toto hɔ. We're talking about belittlement. Well, relationship, our real nipa kasa, even social media. And some if you bɛka no so gu w'anim ase ne nyinaa wɔ hɔ no bi. Asosika said, greetings everyone. Happy Friday. Happy Friday to you as well. And welcome. So, what are some of the things When you belittle someone, what does it do to a person? Do we think that? Do we ask that question? No, because some of us want to pretend nothing is happening. So we will look the other way. So let's go into what it means, right? And you can Google and find that out also. To belittle means to put down, right? Or to make another person feel as though they aren't important. Saying mean things about another person literally makes them feel little. They don't even feel belong. To belittle someone is a cruel way. Cruel. You are so cruel. Like with their words. A cruel way of making someone else seem less important than yourself. There's a woo fool say woo seen. You see yourself more important than the other person. So you're going to belittle that person. Can you believe that? Eh? Can you believe that? Some people so mighty high. Hmm? So they put others down to feel superior, that they are more important. Obi wɔ hɔ a wɔde ne sikasɛm, we are poor. I mean, when you have a poor person compared to a rich person, look how they treat poor people. But we do have some rich people now. They treat everybody the same way. They are dressing, they don't even wear designer clothes. But you have some people who are they're living on paycheck to paycheck. They want to go and buy designer clothes. For what? Living beyond their means to make themselves mighty. Hmm. This as Osika said, belittle causes suppression, depression, feels abandoned. Serious matter. Some of the things that we say and do to other people is it's like it baffles me and other. I just don't even know why must we do that to each other. We need to change the narratives, educate ourselves, and educate others. Some people, I mean, like when it comes to close minded people, and I use this word a lot because it said there are some people now, they are comfortable with what they were taught, what they know. They're not willing to learn nothing else, and you can never convince them to try something new. So if you can you imagine in a relationship married to this person, having that person as your a family member, a child, a husband? Like, it's crazy. That will drive you crazy. And look, I bet you won't now with the baby so it will shorten your lifespan, because they always disturbing your peace. Sister Enoa Sosika made that productive contribution. So Enoa Sosika said mostly they try to use any negative situation that had occurred to you. Of course, that's why we say this all the time. When you leave one relationship and you go into another, please don't go and write a book over there about your bad past experiences. Because trust me, the new love you have found, when their love started decreasing now, as Sister Eno also said right here, most of them will try to use any negative situation that had occurred to you. And how did they know? You disclose that information to them. As simple as that. So, what are some of the examples of what belittle looks like, right? Sometimes you have someone, either screaming at you, right, to get a reaction. They will pretend like, they are, I say, pretend like they're going to hit you, call you names, disrespect you, just to see your reaction, mock you, to see your reaction. Pick. They will insult you, insult your mother, insult your father, insult your whole family, just to see your reaction. The problem the two of you have is between you and them. And yet they're going to bring your whole family into the problem just to mock you, to get your reaction. Most of us are reactive more than being proactive. Sometimes things are better, silence is golden. It's not everything that you need to come. And why do you need to defend yourself or explain yourself? Most of us who are knowledgeable are critical thinkers, have emotional intelligence, considerate of other people's feelings, have compassion, kindness, and so forth, and think healthier. We know that there are some things when people come about and talk about things now, when lies spread faster than the truth. Even when the truth comes out now, you're going to have a certain group of people who are insecure, they are weak, cowards, narcissists, psychopaths, just mean people, bullies, so many of them, negative people. Sorry, guys. This is the second time. Uh, I'm not like I thought I had put the charger in, but I guess not. And my laptop died on me. I apologize. Forgive me, please. Okay, so yeah, those, dysfunctional people, the truth is out, but they're not interested with the truth. They're still going to believe the lies because they want to intentionally continue to spread the lies to hurt the person, right? Which is sad. Sister Sage Williams says sometimes people with low self-esteem try to belittle others to make them feel and look better. Bum, 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 bum. Period. For sure. They want others to look bad for them to feel it. Can you imagine that? Such people are sick. Really sick. Twisted. Sister says, thank you. Sister Noah Sika says, they use the phrase, who are you? When we are talking, don't talk. Where do you come from? Etc. That is the most disrespected words. It's like, you are not human being. What do you mean, who am I? Who are you to ask me who am I? Why do you think that you belong here and I do not belong here? And most times, a lot of people do not challenge those who tends to belittle others. Because I kid you not, when you do challenge them, they start panicking. And then they don't have nothing else to say. They will result in insults. Their defense mechanism, nothing positive. Everything is negative, negative, negative. Because they have sense, but it's not working productively. My magnificent sister, Awomrikwa, welcome, 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 and greetings to you as well. Much love. Welcome. They just want they just want you to feel little. They just want you to feel little. Yes, 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 yes. you you take them that medofo medase. Amisha says it's really sad. Every person who belittles their partners, other people on social media, like all those people, like they wimps, they cowards, insecure, weak. Because when, like, oh my gosh, I just don't know. So we just need to be mindful not to like make ourselves vulnerable or give our power away. Don't allow yourself to belittle. Speak for yourself. Self-educate. Learn things. Identify people who will add to your life. Surround yourself with positive people. Sister Awomrikwa today, she did a program, lunchtime, talk this morning. Some of you may have missed that. Nuggets. With sister, she has a guest, Sister Queen, Rachel. She came and shared her personal stories. It's not like she came and said, yes, it. Or see what no say. That's her life story. It's not somebody else's story she came to tell. How many of us Ghanaians have that courage to use our challenging life experience to come and educate other people, bring awareness? So if you miss it, go on her platform, Lunchtime Talk, and go and watch it from beginning to an end. Don't skip any part. Don't. We need to learn to support each other, love ourselves, and love one another. Every kindness, the love that you give, you get it 3 times back. When the one thing, you cannot pretend to be something that you're not. If you don't want, don't do that. Don't pretend to be nice. Don't pretend to love someone when in your mind you're thinking negative. Because everything you're thinking, if that person that you feeling towards does not have any ill feelings now, you cursing your own self. Karma does not expire. And when karma hits you, it hits you hard. Because all the things that you think through over the years to happen to someone, you're going to receive it trillion times. And then once you receive it now, they blame it on their ancestors. They blame it on their elder witch great grandmother. It's your own doing. Some of us curse ourselves, but we don't know. Based on what you think towards each other, how you speak to people. In this world, it's not just human beings walking around, though. There are spirits. So sometimes, you may go and insult someone you're not supposed to insult. You don't know people on social media. You don't know anybody. You don't know people. Some of you don't know other people in person. You know a couple people in person, but there's a lot of our friends, we don't know them personally. How you know who you're talking to? Some people, you sit there, you are alive, but your tongue is rotting. The smell, when you go everywhere, people smell it. You have taken every how you may call it, antibiotics treatment, and nothing is happening. It's what you said to somebody who you shouldn't be saying to. Some men, they can't function. They can't get their heart on. I'm going it raw because of something that you did to somebody. You betrayed someone badly, and you have to pay for it. Don't think that when you do wrong to other people, and you get away now, it's done and over with. You wash your hands and that's it. Everything we sow, we're going to reap it, good or bad, whichever way. As simple as that. This is how Miracle says, know thyself so you can walk away from toxic relationship. Thank you. Bam. Na relationship I'm one. Free mo. And kasa me money nti. Me nam fufuo besere me. Esa asa me nam fufuo nyina ware. Uwu ana uwu. Nkwasi ewu. Hi, ye mu bi, ye wu da. Me I go enjoy sa. Send me the link. Give my 2 cents. Okay, I'm sending it to you right now. Okay, Sister Adwoa, let me find you here. Okay, there she is. Because I love what you are saying. Thank you, sis. So, streamyard.com/5 BSZ. I should be wearing my glasses, BSZ. I should be wearing it. Hey, do time I make appointment and my coffee many say. That's one thing, my soon thing. Mammy fine should be. I mean, I'm a soon thing. Okay, so J5MBSZ. Okay, Stavo, I send it to you through WhatsApp. This message, William said, it is important to value self and develop self-confidence in order to be able to face any belittlement. Thank you, sis. Thank you. Self everything. Hey, that should be everybody's pillar. Self everything. Build yourself, including your mind, stronger. Be like you need to be able to stand on your own and deal with good things, bad things, the ugly ones. If we don't take care of ourselves, nobody else will. So be benyawa na ye yare anase wo. So we yare, especially when you become crippled because of an accident, a tragedy, situation, or illness. Charlie, when you hear some people's stories, you go cry. You go cry, papa. Sister Enwa Sosika says, most people pretend to please, those are the people pleasers. Me no hair, me designer clothes. Me designer clothes me walk around, me share fit me no more. And I didn't even buy it for that price. I used to work at a clothing store. I had a bachelor degree at the time. I wasn't getting any jobs because I didn't have the experience. Because when whatever job is available, they say you have to have 1 to 2 years experience. How do I get experience when nobody's willing to hire me? So, I went to work at a clothing store and they have couture dresses. Some of them, when they have the clearance one, I bought some suits. They're mostly suits, that used to cost 700, 800, 600, 500, 300. And I bought them, some of them for $20. But now they don't fit no more because I have put on weight. Why didn't you guys tell me when you have children now your body changes? If I had known that now, I would have wear all my suit to take pictures before I put on anyway. I have so much nice clothes, I can no longer wear it. If I wear it one time, sister, when my man come here and say, one time, my dress come on my shirt top and a panty, a straight, so I didn't ties na be kese kakra be mama gina mu nice. Na me shadi me da form na me to adi mu na me timi tum na me say yes I made it. Me peja me say no ane. No.
I know that feeling.
I almost die on that. And that used to be my favorite pen. And I rip it because I couldn't accept to say I have put on some weight. I need to put it somewhere else and work out to get myself back in it. That was my punishment. So I have learned my lessons. They say,
you better do before you get yourself frustrated. And let me say, I am so excited today. Why? Because Adwoa Odo's page, it is marvelous. It's doing great.
It's growing. Thank you guys so very much. I'm
so happy. So happy about that because all the hard work have paid off. It is good to see some kind of change, and you look back and you say, I have come this far because I've put in the work. And I'm so happy for you, girl. I'm so happy for you.
Thank you. I appreciate it. And
to all the listeners and the consistent followers, those who through thick and thin you are there, we are so grateful. We do appreciate you because it's because you come on the page. It has allowed other people to also come on because you share our interest or enjoy what we do. It has let this page grow, and we are so grateful. We are so grateful. You can't see our hearts, but this heartfelt gratitude and thanks is for you, all the people who have followed us and also cheer us on for us to be able to come on. If you are not there, you are not there.
Yes. Like I woke up this morning, I was like, what happened? Is somebody growing my page for me? Like, what is going on?
At a point, it looks as if nobody is coming. It's like it will be quiet, and then by the time you realize, it has shoot up. So I think I don't know how the metric works, but I think sometimes it just load. I don't know. Meaning said But having said all this, sometimes we forget the very people who have also supported us. Maybe they don't even come on our page, like our husbands, our kids. They give us that privacy for us to do the things we love to do. They don't distract us, even though sometimes when you are doing it, somebody will be passing by all this thing. We are so grateful to our household.
Definitely.
Our household people,
Yeah,
Ochiame and the kids. Oh, I saw your son, and I'm like, wait a minute. Is that is photoscopy? Wow. I said, wait, yeah, pine if in a cheap
Listen, when I have him, I started messing with his nose. I was like, you can't look too much like your dad.
You are crazy.
I was like, you got to look a little bit like me.
You are crazy, girl.
I was like, come here. I have to manipulate the nose.
Well, with all that you put in, still, I'm fat.
I'm telling you, and now I don't. When we walk outside, I have him walk ahead of me or way behind because he's so tall. And when I'm walking with him, I
people think it's your boyfriend.
Exactly. And
my goodness.
And our eldest son, like he's my trainer now because he wants me. My birthday is next month. He wants me to tone up because I've been talking to him about doing a couple things. So we started the training yesterday and today. And yesterday and this morning, my body was like so aching me. I was like, Mommy, you got to push yourself because if we stop, it's going to keep hurting you. And I told him, I was like, don't take it easy on me. And he took it to heart. This boy is, my son is like stressing me. He has me
like I say, these days, I tell my daughters, you people are abusing me. My daughter says, Mom, stop saying that. If somebody is standing outside, you might think we are definitely abusing me. Because the way your face is serious and you say, oh, you guys are abusing me, people will think it's true.
I know, right? But like sitting here right now, my hand gesture is hurting my arm. But I have to move around. And he told me, Mom, before you go to bed tonight, you need to do some sit-ups for 15 minutes before you wash yourself. And I said to myself, okay, he's not in the house. He's not here. So I can get away with it. But I was like, who am I cheating? I'm cheating myself. So I have to listen to him. And he's my trainer. So I have to listen to him because he's going to know that I did not do it. Because if
then you better do it. You better do it, girl.
So
anyway. Enough of the chat. Let's go back to our topic, and then let me shake a few tables about. So we're talking about people who are very mean in the way they talk to us, and so I just want to put this one across. Sometimes it's not about you, the person they are being mean to, but it is the fact that something else is eating them up, and they need somebody to listen on, and. I keep telling people ever since I came on Facebook that know thyself, know who you are. One of the things I've learned, in fact, ever since I met my husband, he has taught me is emotional stability, how I'll be conscious of who I am in a good way, not in a bad way.
That's right.
Because he says, whether you like it or not, the world that we are is wicked. It is a wicked place. So it's our time you discover who you are internally. Know who you are, know thyself. So that when you go somewhere, somebody say, you are stupid, you are black, you are this. You know who you are. You know yourself. You know you are not stupid. I'm not that, sir. So it wouldn't affect you negatively, like if you don't know thyself and somebody is telling you that, then you begin to doubt who you are. So more or less boosting your own confidence within yourself, finding strength in yourself, because whether you like it or not, there will come a time there will be nobody to pat your back and say it is not true. As people keep saying it, if you are not careful, this world is wicked. Asem to me say it me obisha that to me na so otu na ni asi so, and say one can count. If you don't stand in the proper place to let that thing overpass you, you end up saying words are powerful.
Oh yes.
So one of the things I've learned over the years, and I'm not saying I've mastered it all, but I think compared to years and now, I've seen the difference and how it has worked for me. It is not easy because, listen, whether you like it or not, somebody somewhere you don't give a hoot about will decide to make you Adwoa Odo is business.
That's right.
Whether you like it or not. You come across nasty people, you come across people who hate themselves so much, they are transferring the hate to other people. You come across such people.
That's right.
And how do you overcome those people? Because your actions will determine the results that you get.
That's right.
I will not feed into your stupidity because you decide to melt down like a child who has been sent to a chocolate factory. No, I wouldn't help you to misbehave.
Oh, no.
But how do I behave whilst you are misbehaving? That is the question. So sometimes, even though we know these things, how we act around the circumstances also determines the end results.
That's right.
And when you are doing the program, that is one thing I wanted to tell our ladies. Know thyself enough that, listen, it doesn't matter how the person pushes you, you'll be able to gain control. You don't give him the power to dominate. Protect your space so much that the moment the person is coming, you'll be able to walk off.
Yeah.
The reason why a lot of people cannot walk off is because they are living in people's pockets.
That's right.
They are living under people. When two are he cannot be a woman of his own. It's not a woman who can sustain herself.
That's right.
So the person will be heaping all this abuse and all this nastiness and all this nonsense on that person. But you see her hanging around. Why? Because but honestly, when they say that they can't afford the fees or they can't look after the kids.
That's right.
When I say know thyself, there is a lot of requisite that is needed. One, you have to be resourceful enough. If you have what it takes, submissiveness, humility, wait until you have your own money, you control your own money, and somebody can say sit and you sit, then you come and tell me submission. Because, oh yes. If you don't have your own money, you don't love the person enough. When you say sit, you cannot sit.
Oh yes, that's right.
I'm in a place in my life now that, listen, Ejawusuka said I should sit, I will sit. Why? Because he has yen. Two, not that I'm eating from his pocket, but no, that man has done so much now. He has yen it when he says sit. I know it's coming from a good place.
That's right. He's not trying to suppress you.
It's not suppressing me. Maybe it's for a reason. And I have come to learn that sometimes walking off means a lot. It takes you out of a lot of things. So when he say I should walk off, I know why he's saying it. But when you are not taught, you don't know those things. When we say who need breaks when to walk off, you are torn in between, and sometimes that is how we get bruised. And for a lot of Ghanaians, we don't allow relationship to take its course.
That's right.
After your rush relationship, when some relationship have to be casual, when some have to be acquaintances, when some have to be people you can confide in. When we say we don't nurture the relationship around us, and we assume that people will take us for value. Who value so much say who hear many panasa,
no correct.
Because of who hear many pana, he's careful the words that come out from his mouth.
No
he's very careful the things he will say to you. He's very careful his utterances around you. So what I say, it's value. Nina end up to value. Now maybe say value bend the relationship no matter you assume say. So what I say, you only throw yourself at people because you assume say. But if you have allowed relationship to take its course, you know say Adwoa Odo, even though he's nice, this boundaries you cannot cross with her.
That's right.
If you have known Auntie Odo, you know say she's very nice lady, but very firm and very polite.
Right.
If you know Sika is lovely, but yet its discipline is our standard. You know, Amma is lovely, is that, but he's still strict, he's still firm, and all. So what you say?
That's right.
But a lot of Ghanaians don't know that.
Okay.
We assume, oh, Mabeshiano Hanu Yenina. No. And that is our biggest problem. That is the reason why people can disrespect you, because what the can move. So what you say, once you ultra boundary beer, we want my room for you to be disrespected.
That's right.
Meaning that whether I am people feel what I'm saying or get what I'm saying. Disrespect will come when one lower bar, one lower standard, what cross the threshold would be that you are not supposed to.
That's right.
And when we are talking in terms of not allowing people to disrespect us, maybe say, what value did you place on yourself for the person to go that far?
That's right.
Take for instance me. When I see that you want to disrespect me, I don't give you room again. Me was a chance, maybe.
No credit. Oh, most definitely.
Once I see what fear was saying, me I won't come with so and some my bad say, baby. And once who disrespect me back, it will be hardly some man no crab at all. Why? Because me kind, no matter who you are, or ya kwalakra me can't disrespect him.
No credit.
And me who the NTA was say a mouth room, my disrespect me. When you do that to me, you will never get me again. I try my very best. I must stay back, love you from afar, but I won't give you that room for you to disrespect me again. One other thing, say, oh, value, you know yourself, and unim said ye unipa. Man, you don't come across it that often. Yeah. The reason why I'm saying that, let's say, Ghana for be a name say, listen, where your acquaintance into near maybe why you found code him.
No, correct.
Where you mucho. These are some of the things I could go to. I can go to Auntie Ya, maybe Auntie Ya, but I have no right, not for once, semi disrespecting. I didn't hear. Auntie Ya has not given me any reason for me to disrespect her. So why do I just said me? I couldn't have I'll be disrespecting in the first place.
Sister, when you just say something that you hit on something really huge. Sister Enra Sosika said most people don't respect boundaries, and that is true. A lot of people who have closed mindsets, they don't respect boundaries because when they say something and you come and share your opinion, they want to convince you of their opinion, but they don't want to accept your opinion, so they try to talk for you. I mean, I don't give chances for people to talk for me because you don't know what I'm talking about. And then earlier, Sister for that to said something or say here, the way I am protecting my space, which is so very it's very true. I mean, a lot of times, I think when it comes to boundaries, I have a lot of WhatsApp group, right? I know you made one that I'm there, but I have other WhatsApp group now. When I'm making it, I say to myself, okay, here, this is where I'm going to go and just dirty myself. So I can't have Sister Home in there. I can't have Sister Yash to write in there. Right.
Every now and again, you have some WhatsApp group that your childishness comes and you don't want other people to see.
Exactly. I have certain people, so it's like there are certain groups now. I remove some of you. I don't put some of you in there because I know I know you guys have boundaries and standards in certain ways, so I don't want to come and disturb you with my foolishness.
Adwoa. Everybody have that childishness group or place that he does those things. It is just that
mine is not childish, because the soccer pimping one, I remove some of you in there.
I didn't know.
Why didn't we? I won't need to. Because sister, I said, me person who me maybe I may because no who are not just say I said me I'm naked this girl speak.
And say I was someone.
And I'm sister wants to make person who selling things. But sister
Tiger one, Tiger one.
But sister Sika. I go every level.
The two of you, I need to throw you under the bus. The two of you. You and Sika, I need to throw you under the bus.
Know ourselves. And when you talk about, boundaries, disrespect and respect, I mean, a lot of us, we don't know where to draw the line.
Yeah. So I think that is the reason why it's allowed other people to disrespect us. And one last thing I'm a person na ubia aware of me say ye mana ye tete won no boundaries.
That's right.
How to respect themselves. Once your child so my little girl and your penny no crack it one he have friends he plays with. Na nenafofo ba you say omunya run on ne dem ho ape or so you know the rules no aka chere nenafofo. You can play with my toys, but when you finish you need to tidy up. You can't left the place. So or your musano akwala ba ko oni ni di agro ne maame bisa me say how do you do it? And I said, well, in my house there are rules. Me restrict say in fact toys in India agro. But we are from Unkwala bring in Usha, me no better tidy up. As time goes on, Mama Unkwa tidy up.
Yeah.
I say ye in my Sam why. Yeah, and as time goes over, who say, Ukofa at the end of a hand. Who we was all the control. And that's how I do it. And the last time me bano a call na down for no hono. Omudi agro we na me bano tidy up. And na down for the mammy. Catcher and the banner say, have you seen that your friend is tidying up? And madam for me banner catcher, madam for say, when you come to my home, you know how you tidy up. My mom don't like mess, so you too don't mess the place. If you mama na be myself so much, and yes she say, besides say how na me and how I do it, and I'm a catcher and say, once start it, and kwala one more boundaries, obedi ya only boundaries. And come and tell me banana koba with you ubeja ewo honom then you after wakwa adwuma wa bre no now the time and these are little things it goes far enya niema akesi o enya niema keten but it add value to life apart from say wo ma oba book mu nyansa no any entity ye no be say e was so ba ko baby a wo dance. Because that makes a huge difference.
Oh yes.
That will let your child be handpicked. When it comes to say is in a group of his peers now, he will be outstanding. So what you say? And yet the big things will sort itself out, but the little things, etiquette, and courteousness, and being polite. And not say do ahunidie here. At the end of the year, you will say, Oba ekita doctorate, and so Kasani Pahua, Nanko for a comachi. And I say, okita doctorate, and so and come one. What is the meaning of this nonsense? Meanwhile, what you are brutally.
Yeah, some more.
Because or Tia just crying and said you should roll on. Only said you didn't honey. Into Bate, Connecticut, or te Hwani, okita degree, and so na huni die enye peya. Na wo no ko ya na wo bai.
No cre onya wari obeka sending na na bai fo bi na ma ni nya wari so ni.
Sister, oba ahuni die enye kama. Just imagine so ko fo bi baba no ne kotena. Na still la because ade no yan fa ntete no. Yan kire no. Ono so nye na dwen se obesua no. Nipa kon be disrespect no.
Oh, of course, most certainly.
And one will be idea and stem free. Yanye your homework years are for. Now we do back or ma will be back. So one and entina or no any baller goose. you didn't do your child any favor.
That's right. No correct.
You didn't do wow, na until you can't say be. Oh no, the na wo chira obaba. Yes, osua akwa no amobi. Ba o de kobo ne bra. Ma akwala ne nti ase say. O de bekwa kobo bra. Enye de bia ma betimi ato take away. O wo sika kra na da kra bia ne bedo okon. But it is good say unim ye. Because enye de bia na nipa botom ye. But unim bribi ya e save you. O start the idea no ma akwala who say he's not doing the thing out of punishing, but it is part of life and their life skills are Adwoa. Enti ahunidie wo hoi se akwala enyi na wa ma na hu se ahunidie no eye ade eye life skills enye se o ya ma obi. It doesn't see it as punishment. And say o tiesie ne dem no as a punishing and ye kase kosiesie wo dem man. He will grow up thinking say when he's going to tidy up a room or out of say ya shano na oye. No, but akwala who say a part and parcel of our daily routine as human beings. You don't need to live in filth because someone yes obey or your doctor or your pharmacist or your wine or get a PhD dear ben and you know you feel more no your quadrofua a more ya a bema onto sana disrespect. And these are some of the things. Yeka about etiquette. One chile wo ba said ye or Benny Pemua. Abrochi phone call bebre. Eshia obina or chiana. Or to call you by first name. Me, I don't care who your child or your software background, you cannot call me by first name.
Yeah.
Dress me appropriately. Oh yes, my nkwala eni omukwa sorry, ejina enim saade no. Omnya auntie, I would yes, you cannot address me by I'm not your menya wadanfo. Menya wo age mate. Me won tam edu kranka me baba sen. For the fact say ebia o ma many media agro ohia me a obefre me abra ana awo no. Wo nye me mate no abefre me awo. So what you say? Once one sa na ma no ye kire ye ma a dance will be apart from say ya boy ya humodin emma won book mo nkyerɛkyerɛ wo mo bedi yie e wo saa ne ma no wo ani da form
yeah
e ko owia ya se ensisi won because wo mo nim saa ne ma no
hi mommy
enti yeah ka we mu nyina no it transcends to those things one baby me de coffee fire ya me dia ba be wura mu no enti yeah about ahunidie no just imagine so when obi di agro na nim wonka ade no e ha adwen is an offensive odor okoka wanka ne yi a ono wonye wahu it becomes difficult we say afa nipa ne nam ho but ayegbe say yebeka afa obi a ade na bro no so mo dakro back no yi ato hotem.
Yeah, no ability.
It will come about. Which will say what disrespect to one kasa.
Oh yes.
So Miss Kase, ye kanka we mu nyina no. Mama ye nhwe bebie ya na efiri ba. Mama ye nhwe bebie ya na efiri ba. One will say ye meya ye do want ye bru ye chi. Wo wade ye yosoronko. Ba ya nkyerɛkyerɛ onye ma bia. Okọ Ghana na asoma ye jimi bi because they don't fit in there. I know they don't live there. But if you teach them one or two things, my one will feel like they are outsiders when they get there.
No correct.
Like definitely akwala to say mefans anti yamano. They will not speak like Ghanaians. Ghana for they are Canadians. Yes. But they will say Mishiana na me bisa na say na etesenya. I was said na to make say oh, I'm okay, auntie. Yeah. Oh, what to say, Nana? Oh, me patcho me hoye. Oh, me patcho yeah. Simple things like that. It wouldn't hurt a fly.
The basic one.
Basic. Ah, obani be to channel. Basic. Oh, and me can't say be a master. Me back at one. Morning dressing gowns na ye show if you know. Na minya ya winter bana se me pebi asham so mkofa awowo mu na mre me So eya na what me am ya so go fa eyi ni eya wo wo mu no ebrebe be die di say akola de feel say ya mpa se e friend na wo wo mu e wo twi mu.
What? Well, you confusing your own self. That is messed up.
Stress say and me be ni me di echi ni ese sa na e friend no. Afa me say then I didn't do a good job. Me ankasa I raise my hands up and say I didn't do a good job. Why do I ever think to say well now he's grown and on canny but Oshanyina sa na e friend no he assumed there.
It has embedded in her in the
Ask me how this argument came about. Mimi apeni na watna Ghana no. And maybe I say just a omunkofa morning coat in me na msukofa no by ya me hye no egu me no so bra. O say awo wo mu na ne nua apeni ne say yen ka ne sa and no sa argument no went on for 30 minutes. Why? You yeah, oh say akola so ka asem na to na adwene mu na to na adwene mu. O say if you like go and ask me score awo wo mu. Kofa awo wo mu bra. All the time mommy say my brother should the real friend was even when I was in nursery school, mommy used to say kofa awo wo mu bra. It cannot be right. Just ye quality about your baby. I was here friend awo.
That's funny.
This argument went on. I need to die of ne papa free adwuma by no or the Adwoa ne papa.
Oh wow.
Just as I am a the only cast intina. The be I can say be truthful to your word. Akola like that no. What can some back what to him?
No correct.
So and this our woman thing told me say, oh yeah, obia oka dear back na. You cannot go back and say yes, and I just say, oh boy.
And so you have to be precise and consistent. So follow the rules.
Oh, Hannah, and me come with the baby shemu say. It's funny enough, but your man it be called Jose. Yen near money be a yen no yen they like it to as Ghanaians do. But in kitty or what they desire to know it so that when almost quite young cross room one say baby I two will brew your chi. Ushemua. I just say you might work confident pana a flow to say they see themselves as parts they have integrated and all that, even though they were born there. No. Young crop they don't fit in because almost so where do they fit in? Where is the common ground where they fit in? And a banner just imagine the entire baby na Emma say worry abrofo na one worry young crop for say young crop for no nso bet ye too low ma won so what you say and so no okofa broni nso abon say coral video say hwan how disrespectful ne community no efo so obeji green card onya green card wiye meanwhile onya kwala no ho kire no it doesn't come from a poor background star so what you say enti me come na kwa akosisi say value I de to ye ho so no. That is the same way we will be treated. That is the same way we will be respected. And there was said, transcending. Let us be conscious about those little things because it adds value. It makes you stand out. Yes, I'm an African, but I am endowed with wisdom. I do things not just because I have to do it, but I have understanding of what I'm doing. I know the reason why I'm doing it. And also, even if nobody is watching, I will continue to do the right thing. When a child has self-awareness now, a man standing out will be BM. On to me, baby, not be friend another name, and they feel intimidated. I was looking at this judge that Yafano America former Supreme Court judge and I'm a fan of Look at the questions they were throwing about them.
I know, right? You can tell who the type of person they are.
Look at how nasty the way they I'm asking, does any job interview go through this vigorous unnecessary grilling like that?
But
yes, but the woman knows yes, the woman knows who she is. He has added value, and maybe reward than the fire. it didn't stand out. And one of the things that showed me, they say, even though, irrespective of how they mistreated her when they were conducting the interview and all that, he was aware who he is and the position he's looking for and where he sits it. And he was conscious and also know who internally. Usha the body language, grana, the demeanor, or the tewa, said your tehona. It talks a lot.
Yeah.
And that was what I was looking at. And I was asking myself, say, how many African women see themselves like that, behave like that, even in pressure?
With
How do we control ourselves? The
control.
calmness, the tone, how we answer things, how we work under pressure, our response under pressure, all these things. Enye niyema akɛseɛ, enye PhD no nko ara, but it is also the character underneath the PhD. No, that was what I was seeing.
Yeah.
And it is a big value for anybody who wants to be in that position and a place of authority as a color skin person. I believe, say, when we start doing those things now, it will go a long way. And when we are truthful to also to each other, ready to accept critics, that in to say sit adwa we only me say me can be fan page ho, or if I say anything, it's coming from a good place, not out of envy, not out of jealousy, but it is for the growth. So sister Adwoa, me ye bibi na sister Adwoa ba me ho a, I see that says sister Adwoa have my welfare at heart. Sister Kaka, so auntie Awo, you should have done this. Sister Awo was so yesterday. I trust its judgment. I know what she's saying is true, and I don't doubt it. I know it's coming from a good place. When we start doing that, before you can get to that point, now would you want it? So what you know what you are doing. Unim baby awoko, and I wouldn't baby that channel. If you are not bothered about even your shortfalls, if you I'm BBC, Yami Osha or Papa.
Thank you so very much.
Papa, my who said Oshiami had the trim, catch and some Chiano.
No, she saw your shadow.
No. Who's he anymore? Who's he anymore?
Respond, or you want me to respond for you?
Oh, 3 days ago, I saw the video. 3 days ago, I saw the video we did 2 years ago. I think Google brought it out. There's a Facebook about is it insect? No. Insect.
Yeah, insect.
Yes. It came up and I said, oh wow, it was. I'll have the time to watch all the video this time.
That was you came and turned all the trees, shaking all the trees and the tables. And you know, I'm saying, hey, Semuni. It's what most people.
Oh, it is well. It is well. I think we should start doing those programs again. We should start doing it again because it's very important. Very, very. I was showing that video to my 15-year-old girl, and he says, "Wow!" Oh, I did, and I'm saying yes. And obviously, a question be. So after this, your video, your feed will talk about it. And then we'll see what we can do. Why? We'll.
Maybe follow up. Yeah, that's the process.
Bye.
Whenever necessary, sister will always come and provide to support and give some nuggets. That's it. Adofo to contribute to the most of thank you. Those who have shared the program, like, love, use other emojis. I truly thank you guys. I appreciate each and every one of you. Here we come and learn, share information, learn together, and be respectful. Be receptive to other new stuff. If you don't want to learn, then this is not the platform for you. No, like sister, Asosika, criticism is something that majority of the people within our society community, they truly struggle with it because they always take it as a negative aspect or like disrespected. But someone who truly loves you will tell you the truth, and most of our people don't like to hear the truth. They'll prefer you lying to them. And then when it comes to belittlement, right? It falls into gossiping. A lot of women gossip because that's how they connect with each other at somebody else's expenses, right? Intentionally, they talk about people, laugh at people, mock people, and most of the things that they gossip about is not even the truth. So you have a lot of, we do have some mean women. They will say things, they will not be polite at all, they will not be professional. They will keep their responses, very angry comments, say meaningful things. And then when they feel like, okay, their feelings are hurt, they make themselves, being a victim, which is like really not healthy at all. Some people will attack you, they will attack you, unnecessary attack. It just comes from nowhere. They have no manners. Um, so I personally do not like people who gossip because they don't do they're not into anything good. They're just there to hurt you, to defame you, to destroy you, to create chaos, confusion, spread lies, and I mean, talk about things that will be beneficial, that will help you. So before, like I conclude the program, let me do some promos. Yeah, most definitely. So I'm gonna start with Boss Lady, Radio Muya Santua, the gorgeous one, in Fire Drive Time on weekdays, 4 p.m. UK time at Fire Life Radio. See Oja Demo Ankasa. When Boss comes on, that's another educative platform. She brings different topics, hot topics, that we have the incredible Fire Life Radio family. They come on and share their opinion. Everybody is allowed to come and share their opinion. Some people may agree with you, some people may not agree with you, but everybody's opinion counts. Mhm. So, like, on Monday through Friday, come and support Boss Lady. The songs that she plays is like incredible. And then Saturdays at Fire Life Radio again. You have Mami, Trebois, and Accra in Sankofa. They saying, learn the Chi language, Chi Kasano. And then, they come and talk about tradition, culture, and so many other things. So if you have any pressing questions and issues, you can ask on the spot, and that could become the topic. They open to a lot of things, all right, and answer your questions to your heart desires. hmm So you satisfy with the question, with the answers. All right, and then we have our sister with the X Factor, knowledgeable one, Sister Aisha Ankra. Sister Aisha Ankra on every educative platform that I go on. Sister Aisha Ankra is there. When she comes, she share her knowledge constructively, and she engage all the time. She shares the program, invite friends, family, and support in many ways. Sister Aisha sells juice plus natural supplement. So if you want to balance your diet, it's not medication, it's supplement. If you having joint pains, you constipated, you having a lot of like high blood pressure and so many things. If, DM Sister Aisha, she will give you all the necessary information that you need. You okay? I'm sorry. And then Sister Aisha also, sell Avon product. For the Avon product, you have to base in reside in UK to be able to purchase any Avon products from her. But for the Juice Plus, you can order them from anywhere. Our our sister, Obapa Nana Abna, for organic hair products, if you reach out to her through Facebook Messenger, or you want um costume beats na ahwenneɛ wode bɛto w'ase ano na you can reach out to her. She should be able to like help you with that. And then we have our sister, our author back, sister um Auntie Ya's Book Corner. That's her Facebook page, and you can also subscribe it on YouTube on Saturdays at 9:30 MST time, 11:30 EST time. She comes live. So if you read any of her books, so far she has written 4 books, incredible books. You get so much nuggets in there. All her books are like good read, and you don't have to like use dictionary. Very understandable, straightforward. um, so if you have any questions from any of her books, you can ask why she's when she comes live. And her topics, I love the myth back because she brings so many insightful information. She's just incredible. A really positive model. So, if you need some counseling, writing books, she is the person to go to. Her first book is Reflection of a Thirsty Soul, which is this book right there. That's inspirational book. Her second book is The Beauty of a Woman's Heart, the middle one with the woman and the heart right there. That's my best favorite. I love all the books, but my favorite, the one that I have read it the most is The Beauty of a Woman's Heart. And then the third book is devotional book, which is Reflection of My Weary Soul. And then the fourth book is Own It, a guideline to take accountability and responsibility, which is an area a lot of uh, people struggles there. And then we have Sister Yabu Russell. With her as a beauty advocate, with her 100% natural health. So if you want more information, DM her, subscribe her YouTube because she uploads pre-recorded videos, regarding wellness, healthy snacks, remedies and herbals for bad breath, maintaining good hygiene, a lot of like insightful information. So if you're interested, make sure you reach out to her, but go and subscribe her YouTube for sure. And then we have Sister Sage William. Aha. If you like, most of you have seen me with like some nice t-shirt with African design kente and other stuff. She has um t-shirts um which you can use as casual dress, if you don't want to overdress or you don't want to feel you underdress, you can utilize that, wear whatever underneath. So those t-shirts are they very authentic, right? Dresses one size fits all. There's only one or two dresses that is cut unique way. So you have to be a certain size to get in it. But majority of her merchandise are, it's she has all the sizes for the t-shirt. The dresses is mostly one size um, fit all. She sells cream. If you somebody who has dry skin, a lot of times, your foot is always dry, to keep you moist. You can get some of those body cream and lotion. And then jewelry, she also have beads, the one for the bracelet, and other stuff. So if you go to sageshare.com. When for the t-shirt, if you go, you don't see the color, please don't leave. Order whatever amount of t-shirt that you need, the sizes that you would like, and then there's going to be a comment box over there. You will then, specify which colors you want for the t-shirt if you're doing an event, or like, a family gathering and you want a certain color for everyone. You can also do that. I think it would be cute to always do that. So let's support our sister, um, Sage Williams, sister, yeah, for that, right? All everyone else. You guys, saw sister Awumrekwa. She came and threw a lot of nuggets. Lunchtime talk on Fridays at 1 p.m. UK time. When she comes on, it's 8 a.m. US Eastern time. So I'm able to watch it before I start work. So the time works perfectly for me. If you did not get to watch it, you guys go and check it out. I mean, like it was really insightful and really touching, encouraging story of Sister Queen uh, Rachel. So let's go and support Sister Awume for a lunchtime talk. Also, we have Sister Angelina Ba. Angie's Talk. She's on YouTube and Facebook. She comes. So Sister Awomrekwa, she comes and share and does some bangers also. So every now and then she comes on live also. It's not just Friday, but the Friday lunchtime talk is consistent. So that one, if you guys miss out the others, you can always tune in to catch her live and also support her. Go follow her page, like the page. There are so many ways to support each other, right? We have Sister Epa Worldwide, on YouTube. She does parental alienation and other nuggets. So let's go and support her. So Sister Angelina Ba, Angie's Talk, she does wellness, mental health. So let's go and support her. She's on Facebook and YouTube. To subscribe her. My big sister was also Sister Dachihima Ekia Santua Filinas, and she also sells Juice Plus and does life program. And then we have Sister Civic, her boutique merchandise. If you go to Ghana, you want to buy some souvenir and something extraordinary for your boo, your honey, someone you're interested in, you haven't been able to approach, you can do all that. Fridays, of course, I'm here at 6:30 US Eastern Time, to talk about life issues. And today we're talking about belittlement and its effects, right? In life issue, Abrabo Mu Nsem in my language. And then on Saturdays, we have, okay, honey, have a blessed one and be safe. And then we have Saturdays, we do marriage lessons with Sophie Samuel or Koso at 3 p.m. US Eastern Time and 7 p.m. Ghana time. So tune in tomorrow. Sophie will always have like some great topic that it will benefit most of us. It's marriage lessons, but sometimes we talk about general topic that you be able to benefit something from it. Trust me. And then we have Pastor P, Dreamers and Visionary. She does some live programs also by Sundays, 3 p.m. Um, you can go and support her for sure. So, like, when it comes to, in terms of why some people belittle their girlfriends and wives, because they are mostly insecure, right? Weak, coward. It just insecure people, like, they have so many negative, no coping skills at all. So they don't have the capacity to control their impulses. They mistreat their partner, people that they claim that they love, right? And then sometimes some women, belittle other women because they might be jealous of them. So it's like some of the signs that we see women, being jealous of another woman is, they tend to snoop around a lot. If they have their phone, and they leave their phone down now. We do have some women, some girlfriends who will even take out their girlfriend's husband's number or boyfriend's husband's number, and before you know it, they start talking to them behind their back. If you have good intention, you will not do that. Making critical comments um, about their appearance, like you always putting them down, faking, emotional and physical distress. It's not, there's nothing wrong with them, but they're going to be doing things, just to seek attention. And then sometimes they will guilt trip the person that they believe in, right? Acting defensive, right? Because when you say something that is really true, it feels like, okay, you said something, you hurt my feelings, like, and then they use that to kind of like turn it back on you. It's really bad. And then, um, sometimes they will up their game, right? If they see that something that they're doing is not effective now, they're going to try other stuff. Also, other women, feels intimidated by you. It could be your intelligence, your critical thinking, your success, your effort, your commitment, your honesty, your transparency, your you being secure. It could be anything, you know, um, that will kind of like make them feel certain ways. So they're going to say things to kind of like bring you beneath them. What are some of the things that they do? Sometimes they will kind of like stay stay quiet around you. But then when you're not around, they're going to be talking ill about you, to defame you. Some of them will kind of destroy your relationship or your marriage because they envious of what you have with your partner, and they themselves do not have that. Um, you know, they kind of like they don't ask questions, like when you say something, uh, they don't want to ask questions because they feel like if they ask you questions, um, that will make them beneath you, make it will make them feel like they kind of like beneath you, and they're not as smart as you. So they will not, even when you talk to them and they don't understand it now, uh, they not going to ask questions to get better understanding. They also keep physical distance away from you. Have you, like, if some of you, like, you friends with somebody and at some point the person no longer come close to you, they speak to they get involved afar, and when you call them they always have an excuse, um avoiding to, like, have to talk to you. um they also avoid eye contact because looking at you, they may not be able to they will feel intimidated, so they will not be able to have the ability to kind of like um, execute their belittlement. So that's like, what they also at times will angle their body away. Like, if I feel intimidated, in some way talking to someone, instead of sitting straight, I will sit sideways, and then I'll be talking and laughing and stuff, but I'm not going to be looking at the person in in the eye, right? And then in terms of standing out, some of us on social media we see other people that stands out, right? Because you cannot even put them in any category because they are so uniquely made in terms of knowledge, um, you know, understanding, having critical thinking, emotional intelligence, and so many aspects. You have people that stands out, okay, and other people may try to copy or pretend, or try to fit into it. They will still not measure up to them. The other person, some people will always stand out, and then when you stand out tonight, what are some of the things that we do? The person dressed differently. They don't compete, unnecessary competition, unnecessary comparison, because it's not going to get them anywhere. They dress differently. They have life outside of their relationship and friendship. They don't depend on their partner or their friends all the time. They also can stand on their own outside of that, right? Um, how they approach their partner also will, let them stand out. Most women, they don't show interest in their partner's money because you know what, they can make their own money. So um let me see what else I need to talk about, because I think I basically talk about everything. Well, not everything, some things, not everything, because one program, with one program I will not be able to cover all the areas. So if you come upon any of my programs, please contribute, uh, bring your comments. I like to learn from you guys. So our men should not, rather pay exactly, our men should not. Dr. Joe Kinsley, thank you guys so much. Chris Cosman, a baby says, Mommy, I saw you come on when Sister Awo was talking. Yeah, I'm coming. I'm closing out. What is it? You okay? Yeah, but your dad said that you can use your phone because this one has been restricted. So you have to use your iPad, okay? So you got to use your iPad to request for friends and stuff, okay? Huh? Yeah, but use your iPad, not through your phone. Use your iPad, okay? Yeah, you can still follow me and look at uh, my videos, listen to it, okay? But don't use the phone one. I mean, the phone one, when you use, you can watch other people's video, but you can't request for friends. All right. Let me conclude and then we talk more. All right. You okay, hon? I'm coming. All right. 2 minutes, less than 2 minutes, and then have your. So, don't belittle women. Mhm. People need to be more. We need to respect each other's, space. Sister said something earlier, she really, like, when it comes to to have her space, she don't play with that at all. It's always important to have our space, to have a peace of mind. Even when you are married now, you should have your mean time. I love my mean time. I have my mean time. Kay has his mean time. The kids have their mean time. We have couples time, and then we have family time, and then extended family time. So you have to set boundaries, set clear expectation, whereas everybody's doing their thing, and not going outside that. You have to draw the line. It's always important. Don't allow people to uh, minimize who you are is not, is not right. So you just need to do better with that. And then you have oh, Sister Sage Williams, you are so very welcome. And thank you so very much. I appreciate that. I know, right? I have to thank all the followers because you guys have made it possible. I never dreamed of that. And we just keep moving forward. So I thank each and every one of you. Sister for that, you are so very welcome. And no problem. We need to support each other. And if we don't support each other, who we expecting to support um, others? So we need to just learn to support one another all the time. We need to do better. Let me make sure, like, I talk about everything that I wanted to talk about. Oh, and also, like, when belittling someone also fall into manipulation, right? Um, so what are some of the things that we can do to kind of like deal with belittlement, right? What we can do is, um, confidently disengage from the person, because some people, they talk to you, they say things, to get your reaction because the intention is to hurt you. So going back and forth with them, dialoguing is not going to help. So you need to learn to walk away, right? And sometimes instead of like being negative, you can politely tell them, well, nice seeing you, nice meeting you, I see you later. Well, have a wonderful day, right? It's like you sarcastically dissing the person because you letting them know that they're not as important as they make themselves to be. Remember the truth about belittling words, right? When someone belittle you, they do reflect what themselves on the other person, right? So we shouldn't allow that. That's why it's important for us to learn effective communication when you are ready, right? So we also sometimes need to use our vulnerability, right? It is the words that we hear that are painful. So we need to talk about it. We need to kind of accept that what the person said to us really hurts, right? And you talk to someone that you can trust, because if you don't process it, it's going to harm you yourself, right? And it's going to start eating you alive. So sometimes, letting your guard down is not you being weak. You have every right to express yourself. You have every right to feel any type of emotions that you're going through, because this kind of vulnerability, it does open yourself. It allows you to open yourself, to other people, and for them to like kind of like give you love, because some of us, we close ourselves up, and then those who love us, we push them away, and we keep them at arm's length, which is not healthy, right? Humans, most humans words are biased. That is 110% bam 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 negative. A lot of people, they hurtful, they say things because when people are going through pain, they want to inflict their pain on you. So it's like, just try your very best to not allow people to stamp on you. We also can do like, release our words, right? When we talk about releasing our words, because words are very powerful, it can do what? It can make you or break you. So just we need to make sure, like, what are some of the words that we receive, we allow people to tell us, taking control of your life, right? Uh, Insecure people use their words irresponsibly, because people who who are not rational, when they speak now, they speak like they have diarrhea mouth. Mhm. So we should not allow people who do not, who do not have responsible dialogue, steal our joy away from us, our self love, self value, self assessment, self discipline. They don't take any of that away from us. Knowledge is power. So I'm going to leave you guys here. You guys have a wonderful weekend with your family, and also do you have your meantime. hmm Do self care, because if you don't do it, no one else is going to do for you. Again, I thank each and every one of you, those who share, use other emojis, contributed. If I have to say names now, I'm not going to pass on that. I'm going to leave someone out. So I have one love for each and every one of you. If you came on and I did not acknowledge you, please, 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 please forgive me. It's not intentional. And yet, buapaye intimacy. Sremwala, monfang cheme. Why? Sister Awumrekwa, thank you so much for coming through. To also share your nuggets. So, oh, on my hand, I can see. I didn't realize that you came on. Thank you so very much. So, um, you guys take care of yourself. All right. I see you guys tomorrow afternoon by the grace. hmm I have to do my 15 minutes exercise directed by my older son, because I know that if I don't do it tonight, he will know based on how I will react to our training. Every morning we've been doing 45 minutes, workout, and I know I feel it. I feel it. So bye guys, take care. Love you all. Yes, I feel all